Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk, your home of betting tips and analysis, not just on boxing, but a wide range of sports. So please do check them out. But we are here for some boxing. We are here for a review of what we just witnessed, Niall. And I mean, I don't know whose idea it was to put a Northern Irishman and an Irishman on this review show after Aaron McKenna, well, puts a one-sided kind of masterclass on a unanimous decision victory over Liam Smith on the Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Ben undercard. Your instant thoughts now?
Yeah, if you want impartiality on this review, I don't think you're gonna get it. But yeah, no, it was outstanding, absolutely outstanding from McKenna from start to finish. This is a fight that I was kind of probably looking forward to the most on this card in terms of a competitive aspect. To be quite honest with you, I actually thought Smith would get it done. I thought he'd have just a bit too much left for, a bit too much experience at kind of a world level for McKenna. But the way it was a phenomenal performance from McKenna, like in all aspects, it was a masterclass, in terms of boxing IQ, technical kind of skill and switch hitting, hand speed, combination punching. It was just absolutely outstanding. And in terms of Liam Smith, I know people will say the narrative will be, he's past his best or whatever, or he doesn't have much left, but that'd be doing a disservice to Aaron McKenna's performance there. Smith just couldn't get anything going. McKenna dictated the pace, dictated the rhythm of that fight, and just frustrated the life out of Smith. So yeah, absolutely outstanding performance.
Yeah, I mean, echo those sentiments. I think it's one of them where I also thought Liam Smith would win just on the experience. I thought, yeah, I know that is coming in, hasn't fought for 18 months. The whole Eubank, the rematch, was he injured? Didn't give himself enough time to make the weight, blah blah blah. I was kind of weighing that up on my head, and I did think Aaron McKenna. Let's be honest, he was untested. We didn't know how good he was going to be, but I completely agree with what you just said. I don't want the narrative to be, oh yeah, McKenna won, but look how bad Smith was. You got to credit Aaron McKenna. You got to. That's the biggest win of his career. Put himself on the world map now. At middleweight for sure with that. And as you said, like, people maybe did expect him to come out and start fast, but Smith to get a foothold and maybe take over. But I mean, he started fast, McKenna, and that was the blueprint for the whole fight. That was what we saw. Inside, outside, footwork was, he kind of bamboozled Smith. It made Smith look quite slow and did make him look a little old. So yeah, a stunning performance from Aaron McKenna. And funnily enough, I agree with what you said as well. I thought this and the Vidal Riley Chev Clark fight were going to be the two most competitive in my eyes, and they've turned into the two most so far the most landslide victories, obviously in favour of Riley and now McKenna as well. So very, very interesting. Shows you how much we know, mate, doesn't it? Um, yeah, just a couple picking up on a couple of things there, mate. We'll pick up on Aaron McKenna first, of course, the victor. Massive win for him now. I'm sure, Turkey Al Sheikh will be impressed. Ben Shalom will obviously think, oh, here we go, got another star here, potentially. Do you think that, who do you want to see him in the ring with next? Or do you think he's ready for world honors now? Or do you think he needs another kind of Liam Smith test? Maybe that world level, that fringe world level, someone who's been there, done it, worn the t-shirt. What do you want to see Aaron McKenna do next?
Yeah, it's really interesting, as you say, the kind of we know the talent has been there, and maybe he's flattered to deceive at times, but when the lights were brightest tonight in his biggest test, he stepped up, and I think it has to be a big fight next. His career is kind of it stalled a little bit with that whole kind of prize fighter deal, and that kind of the wheels fell off that when that looked like there might be his kind of big breakout moment. But yeah, it has to be a big fight. World honors, I'm not sure. Yeah, I would like to see him kind of move on, just move kind of to a step below that first, maybe. What was jumping out to me during that was European title. I think a European title fight. Denzel Bentley, the champion at the minute, I believe, at middleweight. I think that'd be a really logical next step. Bentley and McKenna. I know. I think Bentley is shoot to face Kieran Conway. I believe for that title. Of course, McKenna was due to fight Conway as well in that prize fighter tournament. But I'd love to see Denzel Bentley, or Aaron McKenna for the European title. I really would. And judging by that performance tonight, I'd have to pick McKenna. All kind of Irish bias aside, but it'll be if Bentley's on it, it'll be a really, really top fight. But yeah, then if he comes through that, world honors are there to be got at. It's an interesting division middleweight at the minute. It's not the kind of glamour division that it used to be. Of course, you have Janabek, who's the kind of king of the division. But aside from that, I know Adame has put in a good performance against Shiraz, but it's not really filled with stars. So, if he was to get past that kind of European level and produce a display like he did tonight, there's no reason why he can't kind of challenge. But yeah, I think European level is a perfect next step after that win over Liam Smith.
Yeah, I think that it's a wise move. Maybe not, you're not throwing him straight in there with Janibek just yet, but yeah, no, maybe in due course, potentially, like another few fights, we might well be talking about Aaron McKenna, as a genuine world champion and waiting. Just before we round off, mate, do have to touch on the loser on the night, Liam Smith. Back to back defeats now, obviously. Did sign that new contract with Matchroom. I'm not sure how many fights that was, but we don't want to, who are we to tell any fighter what to do next? But after that performance and how he looked in there and kind of he did look old, I think. Um, what would you like to see him do next? Would you be happy enough for him to wave goodbye on what has been a stunning career of his own?
I think, yeah, I think it's the right time to step away. There's no shame in that. I just think if he does carry on, what more is Liam Smith looking to achieve? He's 36 years old now. He's had a great career. He really has. Like I don't know if this being a bit too harsh to say he kind of overachieved for his kind of his skill set. He's a very, very good boxer, but he's had an incredible career. World champion, been in huge fights, fought the likes of Canelo and Eubank, beat Eubank, the star of the show tonight. He beat only recently, and we both said it that we expected him to win this fight tonight. So that's the kind of level that he's still perceived as amongst a lot of boxing fans. But yeah, I think it's too late to have one more kind of crack at something major at his age coming off that loss, and especially with his style, the shots that he does take. um get out there with your health, with your kind of faculties intact, and you have money in the bank obviously. And yeah, he's had a great career to be proud of. So if he was to call it a day, he can absolutely hold his head high. And I'd wish that he would call it a day. I think it's a good place to step away after this.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I couldn't really add much more. I think that's a perfect way to round it off now. Appreciate you jumping on. As always, guys, let us know in the comments your thoughts. Please do hit that subscribe button if you're not doing so already. We've got all of your boxing needs under one roof at ESBR. So please do check out the rest of the channel. Like this video, hit us up on socials, and please do check out the lads at sharpbetting.co.uk as well. Niall, thanks very much for joining me, mate, and speak to you again very soon.
Cheers, take care.